everybody's jumping on. I'm seeing names all popping up and popping on. Hello to everybody on our Facebook group today. Happy Monday. And now we are linking with our Zoom room. So everybody on the Zoom link, hello. Good to see you guys today. And I hope you're full of energy. You have had 2 weeks to learn about energy. So hopefully you have some techniques and some tools to know how to be energized. And today I'm going to actually be coaching you on what it means to fully be engaged with energy. But first of all, hello, everybody jumping on. Now, a lot of you guys, I think, are new to the group today. Some of you shared with me that you're going to have watch parties and invite some friends on our Facebook group. So if you're new to us today, welcome to the 21-day challenge. We are 2 weeks into this challenge. I can't believe that we only have 1 week left. This is the last 7 days of the challenge together. And you guys, I have been so inspired by all of our speakers and so much information and so many great stories. Can I just get some thumbs up? Let's get some love going out there and some energy in the room today. Let's get some emojis and hello and happy Monday. And we are ready. Thank you. Monica's going. George is going. I'm seeing the thumbs jumping up. Thank you guys so much. Lisa's got it going. Hello. So, hey guys, we've got some great news for you today, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of great information with you. But before we do, I want to just remind you in our last week together, if you've not downloaded the 21-day journal, make sure you're doing that. How many of you guys have been drinking your water and learning to really eat wisely, maybe take some supplements and exercising? Hi, Anna, good to see you on here. I wanted to shout out to you the other day. I saw your name pop up. Monica, Maria, Kurt, Danielle, so many of you guys on. Janae, good to see you guys. So make sure, remember, wise behavior. If you've not downloaded the journal, it's not too late. And the beautiful thing is, guys, remember, this is a lifetime journal. So just keep downloading it. Remember, a habit is established in 21 days. So stay consistent with 21 days with your water intake, supplements, and exercise. And before long, it becomes a way of life. It's just the way you think. So I'm telling you, it is a great journal. And remember, you're writing down and journaling down how you feel emotionally and physically and spiritually. And I've told you that when you journal, it's a window to your soul. You're literally expressing what's in here. So that's what we're going to talk about today. And then at the end, I want to talk to you a little bit about some coaching opportunities that I want to make an offer to you if you're interested in actually going from here after our 21 days into some real coaching with me. So I'll tell you about that at the end of our time today. But let me just talk to you a little bit. Do you ever feel that you're chasing after energy? I know I'm guilty. There's times if I feel fatigued and I'm going to chase energy, I'm going to get coffee or an energy drink or energy bar, and I'm chasing after it. But what if I told you you didn't have to chase after energy, but you could choose energy? Do you remember being a kid and playing tag? Remember, you're chasing each other around the playground. And I was thinking about this the other day. And you go after the thing that you want. You're going to chase after the thing that you want. Now, when you're in grade school, it usually was either the boy that you thought was cute, so you were going to keep chasing after that boy or a girl, or maybe it was your best friend and you wanted to get her, you're chasing after it. Well, do you know we as grown-ups continue to chase after the things we want? We're chasing after fame and beauty or riches or purpose or meaning, and we're constantly chasing after something to bring us fulfillment. But you don't have to chase, you can choose. And today I want to talk to you about how to choose wisely. Now, you know, you choose more than you think you do. Most of you have chosen the house you live in, you've chosen the car you drive, you've chosen the spouse you're living with. You choose a restaurant, you make choices in your life. So I want to show you that because you do know how to choose, you also can choose energy. Now, the problem is most of us equate energy with happiness. Now, stay with me. Do you know when you walk in a room and you see someone that just lights up the room and they look so happy? So what we've done is we've confused energy with happiness. We think if I can just be happy, then maybe I have energy. But could I propose to you today that it's not happiness you're looking for, it's actually purpose and meaning. Purpose and meaning. Many weeks ago, I was in prayer and God just kind of gave me this little reminder. And it's something that I'm doing now. And I'm actually going to present it to you today and encourage you to do it every night. Listen, this is good. Remember, where's your pen? Where's your paper? All of this is coaching. Every night I have a sticky note and I ask myself in the PM in the evening, did I live a life of purpose and meaning today? Did I live a life of purpose and meaning? And I actually started a little journal. I just got myself some paper. I put PM and I have it next to my bedside and I write in it how my life was a day lived with purpose and meaning. PM, purpose and meaning. So for instance, yesterday, I participated in our empowerment program and I was able to put food into the trunk of people who were lining up that right now during this time in their life need food. And so my life had purpose yesterday. My life had meaning. And then I sat outside and I was able to dialogue with some of the people from Influence Church and we were able to encourage each other and inspire one another. So when I went to bed last night, I wrote down, I lived a life of purpose and meaning today. My life counted. My life mattered. But the problem is so many of us are searching for that. And it's funny, I was writing some things down and I want to say this to you. I believe a lot of us are looking for emotional connection. Now stay with me. We're looking for an emotional connection. Right now, many of us are void inside of us of an emotional connection. So we look for that. We look for that in prestige or power or a relationship, maybe even an extramarital affair. Maybe we're sneaking around and we're doing something because we're void inside of us. And I'm telling you, until you understand your purpose and your meaning on this planet, you are going to be void of that. If you begin to study just philosophers like Socrates or Aristotle or Plato, and it's funny because here's what they said. They said, life is not about living the happy life, but life is about living the meaningful life. I love to read autobiographies, and I'm not sure if you're aware of Viktor Frankl. I love to read stories about Viktor Frankl. And in 1945, he actually wrote the book, Man's Search for Meaning. And he was someone who actually was in the concentration camp, both in Auschwitz and in Dachau. And here's a man who is writing about what does life really mean. And listen, this is so good. I want to quote to you what he said. Happiness cannot be pursued. Write this down. Happiness cannot be pursued. It must be ensued. And the word ensued means, and I love this, as a result of. See, happiness is a result of what's coming out of you, guys. When you see someone and they're filled with joy and happiness and excitement, it's coming out of them because it hasn't been pursued, it's been ensued. And he goes on, he says, in other words, when we put meaning at the heart of our lives, only then will we discover true meaning. And that was Viktor Frankl. So I think this man understood if he could be in a concentration camp and realized that his life still counted, he still had meaning, there was a reason for him to be alive. Don't you think deep within you, God put that in us. God put within every one of us the desire to have a fulfillment of life, for our life to count and mean something. Today I want to actually do a little bit of coaching with you, and I've got Rachel close by. She's actually been my guide through this. So I'm going to take you through some slides, and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit through our coaching session today. So I want to actually go to, stay with me. You guys, I'm so proud of myself because I'm learning so much here on my Zoom. So I'm going to share with you some slides. How many of you can see those right now? Give me some thumbs up if you can see that slide right now. Rachel, are we good to go? I think everybody can see it. So see where it says stuck to unstoppable? You guys see that? Give me some thumbs up if you see that. I think so many of us right now are stuck. Now stay with me. I just talked to a couple people this morning and it's exactly where they are. Many of us feel stuck, especially right now because of COVID. This pandemic has caused us to be home. We don't have the routines that we used to have. We don't seem to have the freedoms we used to have. And we just feel stuck. But I want to teach you through a masterclass that I'm going to offer to you at the end of our time together today. If you're looking for some resources to take you from going from stuck to unstoppable, stay with me today. So here's what I actually think. if I get this going. Ready? Let's go to the next one. Okay. You guys know that I'm a life coach. I've done this for over 20 years. I have Total Life Coach. I love it. That's why I brought together this 21-day challenge, because I want to coach you on how to pursue after energy with purpose and with meaning. But here's what most of us feel. You feel like you're stuck and everybody else is just passing you by. I have felt that at times, but I want to be intentional with my life. How many people we had on this coaching series together that talked about during this pandemic, they literally have pivoted. They have recalibrated. They have restructured themselves to where they actually are doing more now than they were doing before COVID. But if you feel stuck, I want to take you to unstoppable. See, let me tell you the truth. You will never change anything until you first change. Can you say it with me? You. Can you just write in the chat right there? You. You can't change anything, my friend, until you first change you. And you know how I know this? Oh, you're going to enjoy this next slide. Because here's me in the 80s. Okay, no judgment. Go ahead and laugh. Get it out. You probably need some laughter right now. This was a glamour shot of me in the 80s. And I looked pretty good in the 80s. But the problem is, if I was stuck in the 80s, you guys, if I looked like this right now, if I had that bouffant, bushy hair and that gold gaudy jewelry, which was so in the 80s. And look at that, oh my gosh, I've got the fur. I'm feeling good about myself. Hey, it worked in the 80s, but it doesn't work today. I had to move out of that period of time and move into today. So guys, whether you realize it or not, your behaviors, now stay with me, your behaviors, how are you behaving right now? You know the word, look at behavior. The word have is in behavior. As I was doing my prayer walk this morning, and I thought, behaviors have to do with what I have. It's all about me and what I'm doing, the way I'm acting and the way I'm reacting. Your behaviors and your reactions, how are you reacting right now through stay-at-home orders, mask, post about the election, school, having to Zoom? How are you behaving through this crisis right now? What are your belief systems and what are your convictions? Do you realize these things literally can be keeping you from where you truly want to go? Now listen to me, guys. This is some good coaching. I just was sharing with someone this morning. I don't mind challenging my behaviors, my reactions, my beliefs, and my convictions. I grew up in a very conservative Southern Baptist home, and I'm so grateful for what I've learned in my presuppositions and my convictions, but I had to challenge myself in what I believed. I had to be willing to step out of the box and say, is that someone else's conviction and belief? Or is that mine? And I'm telling you now, as a life coach, until you challenge what you believe and know what you believe is what you believe, you will waffle back and forth, and truly not know who you are. You know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. And we know that. We've used that quote many, many times. Obviously, it's pretty smart. It was Albert Einstein that said it. And here's what he said. We literally are looking for different results, but doing the same thing. See, the truth is there's some evidence of you being stuck. And I want to walk you through these right now. These are signs. And some of you are going to say, that's me, that's me, that's me. Let's walk through what the signs of being stuck are. You guys, first of all, you're waiting for someone else to fix the problem. Now, listen, we've been through COVID now for 5 months. And we are waiting for someone to give us permission to go out, permission to think. We literally, and this is my conviction, I feel that we have almost been crippled with fear, whether it's coming from governors, whether it's coming from scientists, whether it's coming from neighbors or friends or colleagues or family. And so many of us feel stuck in our problem. Guys, you can't blame other people for where you are. Hey, with me, stay with me. You can't blame anybody else. You have to take responsibility for what you believe and what you think. And you're waiting for someone else to fix your problem. Or what about this one? I think this one's so good. You are bored and restless. Now, I know this to be true because so many of us haven't gotten out. We didn't get to take a vacation. We don't go out the way we used to. Our life just seems bored and you're restless in your life right now, or you're wasting time throughout the day. Listen, you are on social media just doom scrolling, or you're back on the couch just with Netflix. You're watching documentaries or trashy TV, and you're bored and you're waiting for the pandemic to be over. You keep saying, I can't wait till we get back to normal. Well, guys, what was normal? We weren't in normal. This is your life. What are you going to do with every day? Do you realize that you are wasting sun up to sunset, sun up to sunset, and you're waiting for something to change that you literally do have the power to change? So you're wasting time through the day, or maybe you're making excuses for where you are. It's somebody else's problem. It's a time issue. Guys, until you get over that, you're never going to move on and you're going to stay stuck. Or what about this one? You've stopped trying. Now, I know that to be true because many of you have DM'd me. Many of you have emailed me. Many of you have talked to me about coaching, and you know you want to do something different, but you don't know how to do it. And so you've just stopped trying. Or this last one that I really, really think is good. You keep using the same resources and skills that you always have. Some of you don't know how to move forward because you don't have the skill. Now listen, just like, I'm going to be honest with you, full disclosure, all of this is new for me. These platforms with Zoom and now slides. I had a YouTube this morning, our Facebook group. I don't stop learning. It's my responsibility. And here, the truth is, coaching has changed for me. I had to find new platforms. I can't meet with clients the way I used to. We don't meet one-on-one like we used to. So we meet in Zoom rooms or Facebook groups, and everything is changing. We have online church, even though obviously at Influence Church we're meeting, but we're having to adapt. And I'm telling you right now with my coaching, I'm finding what are new ways that I can have clients and bring people in and encourage people, but I'm not any different than you. I've had to work, I've had to learn, I've had to Google, I've had to watch tutorials. I've had to become better with technology. And that's exactly where all of us are now. So let me ask you, do you feel stuck? Are you making excuses? Guys, I'm going to do a pitch right now. I'm going to share with you where I'm going with this. Now listen, stay with me. We still have a week of coaching together. We have a week to talk about how to elevate our energy. I have great thought leaders coming throughout the rest of the week, but I wanted to take today and tell you when we're done with this week, I'm going to launch an 8-week coaching series that you may want to join. And stay with me. At the end of our time together, I'm going to close with a great coaching tool that I think all of you want to be a part of. So I want to ask you, what if you could have the confidence and the drive to step out of your fear and frustration and really become the person that God created you to be? Well, I'm going to do a series called Stuck to Unstoppable, and I want to invite you guys to be a part of it. So what it is, it's 8 weeks of life coaching and personal assignments. We'll be in a Zoom room. It will be limited to a small amount of people. We're going to get to know each other in this Zoom room. You'll be able to ask questions. I'm going to give you tools and coaching skills in this. So I will be in your Zoom room with you as your coach, and it's going to be a confidence booster. And, you know, what I want to do right now is I've asked a friend to come, and she actually started as a client, and her name's Jamie Stocks. Some of you may know her. She's a part of our Women of Influence. Jamie's in the room. Will you come on over right now, Jamie? And okay, I'm going to learn how to do this. So I think I'm going to try to stop our slideshow. I'm going to introduce you guys. Can everybody see Jamie? Jamie, here she is. Hi. I'm in my library here at home, and all the thumbs up. Hey, everybody, say hi to Jamie. And I've asked her to come because, Jamie, you have such a unique story, and you've been on this journey with me. I've been a life coach for over 20 years, but I've known you for maybe 8, you think?
8 years.
8 years.
Yeah.
Well, would you just take a moment and talk to everybody, whether they be on Zoom or whether in our Facebook group, how did we meet and what's the backstory to our relationship?
Sure. Yeah. So it's kind of a funny story. It was 8 years ago. I was a new mom, and I felt lost. I felt stuck. All the things that you've been talking about, I felt, and I was searching for something. And so to be honest, I was searching. I needed a girls' getaway, and a friend of mine, we were going to go do a girls' getaway. So I literally Googled girls' getaway, and something popped up and it said, "Are you looking for a girls' getaway?" And it was to South Coast Winery, which yes. I'm all in on that.
Starting good here.
But the funny thing is that what I was thinking it was, it wasn't. And, you know, God knows better than I do, right? So what it ended up being was a coaching session with you. And so I went to Southwest Winery, you were there, and you had so many wonderful tips and advice, you know, for me. And it was exactly what I needed in that moment. And it was exactly what I was looking for. So I got so much out of that one day with you. Then I decided to, you know, pursue to become a client of yours. And then we went through a whole coaching session with that.
And, you know, Jamie, I'm so proud of you because you did the work. You stayed the course. You did all of the things I asked you to do. And I'm watching you. I'm watching you meet yourself and love yourself and believe in yourself. I'm watching your confidence become strong. And out of it actually came a company that you started, a nonprofit organization that you started from that, which I'm so proud of. Take a moment, because I'm so proud of Jamie for this. And in your confidence and in your belief system, you said, I can do this. So tell us about the nonprofit you started.
Yeah, so when my son was 4 months old, he was diagnosed with a condition called plagiocephaly, and it's when an infant's head is misshapen, and the only way that they can correct it is through helmet therapy. So I walked through that, and I was terrified as a mom, thinking that I had done something wrong or that I didn't hold him enough. All these things that ran through my mind, but I took all of that fear and brokenness and sadness, and I really believe that God had birthed an idea in me. And so I brought it to Tammy, and I said, this is what I think we need to do, that God wants me to do. And Tammy gave me all of the steps and the tools to really step into what I needed to do. And so, I created a nonprofit organization where we provided scholarships for families who couldn't afford the helmet therapy because it's very expensive. And we helped dozens and dozens of families all throughout the country and even overseas. We helped some. So.
You know, many of you probably seen infants with the helmets on, and you probably didn't know what that was. And again, those helmets are so expensive, and so many families don't have the resource that they need for their child to have the molding and shaping of the skull, right, the way that they need it. And so your nonprofit actually raised money for that, for people who couldn't afford it. And then, of course, Nicholas just grew into this incredible young boy. Everything, just tell us a little bit about him right now.
Oh my gosh.
How God just used that resource. And then tell us about that.
Yeah, he's amazing. So my son is now 6 years old. He's as smart as can be. I mean, he blows my mind. He just has a cute little personality. He doesn't even realize that he'll look back and see pictures of himself in the helmet, and he laughs at it. And but it's endearing to him at the same time. And both of my kids saw us do the nonprofit, and my daughter Ella was very involved, and she could tell anybody about plagiocephaly and what it meant, so I think it was powerful for them to see me step into that also.
That's it. And that's why I want you to hear Jamie's story, because every one of you have purpose and meaning. PM. Every evening, go to bed asking yourself, what was my purpose and meaning today? And if you begin to think that, let me tell you what, energy comes out of you. You're alive. The very dreams and destiny that God put in you come out of you. Remember, not to be pursued, but ensued, a result of what is in you. So Jamie, it's like I watched you shift. I watched you believe in yourself, and you were so successful with that nonprofit, and that did well and went on and is amazing, but you weren't done because there was a new journey for you. So tell us what you did after that.
Yeah, I really felt like I still had more in me, and I still do. I'm a mom and I'm a wife, but I'm also me. I'm Jamie, and I have more to do. And so, again, with Tammy's coaching, I've been able to become a leader in Women of Influence. I started a MOPS group under her coaching a few years ago. We had MOPS at the church. So it's really just helped me to step into, who I know that I can become, and I'm continuing to do it. And through COVID, because we're all pivoting, right? We're all reinventing ourselves. I thought, I have a lot to say. And so I ended up starting my own YouTube channel.
I'm so proud of you.
And it's been so much fun, and just to talk about things that, you know, I know women are thinking and feeling, but we may not always talk about, especially as moms and, you know, just wives and different things. So yeah.
And you know, Jamie, it's so watching you just thrills my soul, because I remember the day you walked up to me at South Coast Winery and there was not the joy you have today. I'll just be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
you felt empty. There wasn't any, it was there. It just hadn't been quickened alive.
Right.
And that's what God wants to do in his spirit. He wants to quicken us alive with our purpose and our meeting. So I wanted you to hear from Jamie, because this is just a story of many clients who literally, once they met themselves, once they gave themselves permission, and that's really what we have to do, that God has purpose and meaning for us. So I just wanted you to meet Jamie. She's beautiful. She'll be leading actually one of our Women of Influence studies this fall. And check out her YouTube channel. Where can they find you for moms?
You can just Google Jamie Stocks on YouTube. It's Jaymee. I know my name's spelled different. And then Stocks.
So check her out. And I'm so proud of you. And thank you for your time sharing with us today.
Thank you.
And you know, there's so many stories like this, guys. I'm going to take a moment and just go back to just where we were really quickly, because there are so many of us that have so much to share. So the nice thing about coming together in this 8-week course, and I am going to be doing that through Zoom, it will be limited. So I'll be coaching you for about 45 minutes, and then we'll open it up to discussion. A lot of you can ask questions, but it's going to be a time of confidence, a confidence booster. You just saw that in Jamie, but also community. It's going to be a place that you're going to meet people for life. And Jamie would attest to you as well, the people now that she's met through the relationships, whether it be Women of Influence or the coaching classes that I've done, that she has a community of people like-minded that believe the way she believes and empower her. So I want to take a moment, stay with me for those of you, and some of you, listen, I get it. You say, hey, I signed up for this free course with Elevate Your Energy, and I hope that you have gotten the value out of it that I have. We still have a full week free every day at noon. I want you to be part of it. But the only reason I'm sharing this with you is so many of you have asked me, can I hire you as a life coach? And I've done it for years. I love it. It brings me purpose and meaning. So if that's not what you're looking for, hey, just hang with us. I'm going to share something in a moment and just go, hey, that's neat. Not for me. Cool. But some of you have asked, how do I do that? So for those of you who are interested, I'm going to be starting on September 9th. It's on Wednesdays. Every week on Wednesday at noon, we'll come together for an 8-week coaching session. And those of you who are interested in that, I'm going to give you a bonus Story Club. If you've not done Story Club, excited to give that to you, because that'll be part of our journey together as well. So I want to encourage you guys right now, if you're interested in looking for a life coach, and listen, I'm going to full disclosure, honestly, I have a life coach. I have someone that literally I hire to help me, because I believe in accountability, and I believe the places that I actually put my resources and my time and my energy actually make me stronger. So I believe in life coaching, always have spent money on it, and it's helped me. So if you're interested, I'm going to take 2 minutes, then we're going to go back to actually coaching. So if this is not you, great. If this is you, listen up. I'm going to make this as affordable as I can. So it's a one-time payment of $497. That's 8 coaching sessions. I think it ends up being about $47 a session. I guarantee you, you're not going to get a life coach, a personal life coach for $47 a session. Never done that before. But I really believe in these Zoom rooms, and I believe in coming together with a group of people that we can challenge one another and work together. And we also have another payment plan. If you're interested, it's 3 payments of $197. So if you're interested in that, we actually have a landing page. You can go to that. You can sign up. I think Rachel's actually going to put that link right now in the chat room. You can go to that and sign up today. So what I'm going to do, guys, just for those of you interested in this, between today and the time we end on next Sunday, so that we have 1 week together, if you sign up during this week and just during this week, then you're actually, I'm going to gift you, those of you actually sign up for the purchase of the one-time $497, we want to gift you with a $50 Amazon card, because I just think you invest in yourself, you got to have some fun on Amazon. So I really want to encourage you guys to be a part of hiring a life coach. If this has been helpful to you, and you say, you know what, it's time for me to pivot. It's time for me to learn some new skills. It's time for me to build my confidence. Then I'm going to encourage you without any apology. I think you need a life coach. If it's time for you, invest in this. It's going to be a great opportunity starting on September the 9th, once a week on Wednesdays at noon in a Zoom room with a limited amount of people for community and really growing So go to that link. Rachel's put that in the link, and I'm really excited about that. So what I want to do now in our closing time together, I want to just talk to you a little bit about that purpose and meaning. I want to encourage you to create a journal, put together a notebook, pick up something, just put in the PM, and begin to write every night how my life was filled with purpose and meaning, purpose and meaning. And here's my coaching I want to end with today. I have what I actually call FOF. Write down in the chat, FOF, FOF. And I call this my foundation of fulfillment. My foundation of fulfillment. Now, these are just life coaching skills I do for myself. And listen, I give and I give. Many of you know me. I've done this. Whether it's working at the church as a pastor, whether it's starting Women of Influence, whether it's a life coach, I constantly have outlets that I'm giving and I'm giving and I'm giving. I'm having coffee with people and I'm praying with people. And a lot of that, I still have to steward me. I still have to make sure that I'm putting in me so I can actually give out of me. So I say, what's the foundation of who Tammy is? What is my fulfillment? And here's the questions I ask myself. First of all, I am personally fulfilled when I do these three things. These are mine. When I impact another life. Now, sitting here listening to Jamie's story filled my bucket. It made me think my life counted. When I went away 8 years ago and did that coaching time at South Coast, I put time and energy into writing the material and pouring into people. But do you realize when I get to hear her story, that literally fulfills me? And the second thing, when I do my prayer walks, that's my personal time every single day. I'm committed to it. I don't miss them. That's when God fills me. He speaks to me. I put on music or podcast or pray, and I literally am fulfilled. That's a foundation of fulfillment for me. And then my third is when I see my children at rest. I make it a point to talk to my children, to FaceTime my children, to go see my children. Do you see how that fills my bucket? That's my foundation of personal fulfillment. And if I'm not engaged with refilling my tank and being intentional to steward myself, I'll never have anything to give to you. So my foundation of fulfillment is number one, when I'm personally fulfilled. And then the other side of the flip side of the coin is this. I see fulfillment when I speak life into another soul. When I speak life into another soul, similar to what I did yesterday at the empowerment program, or when I'm at the prayer wall, or when I'm coaching, or when I challenge them to become their best. There's something in me that changes when I do that. And then thirdly, for me, is when I'm building, excuse me, let me go to it, when I'm speaking wisdom into other people. So do you see how I have to have a foundation? I can't give what I don't have. I have a mantra that I say just about every day of my life, and I've been doing this for over 10 years. Here's my personal mission statement. This is my personal mantra. I have it in my prayer room. I have it in my bedroom. I am on my way to becoming the woman God sees me to be. That's my mission statement. Every day, I am on my way to becoming the woman God sees me to be. And when I say that, it gives me purpose every day. I am on a journey just like you're on a journey. So I want to encourage you right now, if you're looking for something after this 21 days together, if you're looking for some accountability and some real coaching with some tools and some assignments, and I'm going to hold you accountable, would you invest in yourself to be a part of this 8-week series? I appreciate you guys so much. I think this challenge has been so good. And I want to invite you to make sure you join me again tomorrow. I'm excited to have as my guest tomorrow, Jedediah Thurner. He actually was a part of starting an organization called Missions Me. They travel around the world and they meet with presidents and leaders to come in through humanitarian activities to really change the heartbeat of countries. And you're going to hear his story. And then on Wednesday, I have Holly Wagner from Oasis Church, and she has an organization called She Rises. You don't want to miss her time. We have great speakers. So don't miss this week. I want to take some time today and just share my heart and why I love coaching and why I want to invite you to be a part of my 8-week series starting September 9th, Stuck to Unstoppable. All right, guys, I love you so much. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow at 12 o'clock on our Facebook feed, on our Zoom. Can I just get some love? Can I get some thumbs, some emojis, some hearts, some love today? Let's encourage everybody on this site before we leave. Elevate your energy. Be filled with the Spirit of God. Know that He has purpose and meaning in the PM. Make sure you write why today was filled with purpose and meaning. Make it a great day. Those of you who have joined us for our VIP, I'll see you in just a moment back in our Zoom link for a Q&A time with me. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. God bless.